Calaroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. Sketchfest back for its 23rd year. It is a great festival. I had the occasion to attend it, I think, twice. This year, they'll celebrate the Kids in the Hall 30th anniversary Brain Candy live read, and also include a tribute to the women of SNL. All-star appearances include, I won't read everyone's name, but some you might know, Maria Bamford, Joel Kim Booster, Janine Garofalo, The Groundlings, John Hodgman, Eugene Merman, Chelsea Peretti, Kristen Schaal, Jenny Slate, Robert Smigel, Paul F. Tompkins, the UCB, David Wayne, Mo Williams, and many more. The 23rd Annual Sketchfest Festival starts January 15th, runs through February 1st. 200 shows, 500 performers. Let's break down some of the shows. The Women of SNL brings together Ellen Cleghorn, Rachel Dratch, Robin Duke, wow, Anna Gasteyer, Lorraine Newman, Julia Sweeney, and more for a night celebrating over 50 years of groundbreaking sketch comedy. Puppets Up Uncensored returns to Sketchfest. Created by and featuring Brian Henson and Patrick Bristow and performed by members of the Jim Henson Company, the show turns audience suggestions into hilarious, unpredictable, and sometimes risque moments brought to life by master puppeteers. Milestones and reunions include the Kids in the Hall Brain Candy 30th Anniversary Live Read and the Middle-Aged Dad Jam Band celebrating 25 years of wet, hot American summer with songs and scenes from the film with Ken Marino, David Wayne, Janine Garofalo, and more. You want stand-up? Maria Bamford, Janine Garofalo, Joel Kim Booster, Dulce Sloan, Eugene Merman, Todd Barry, Andy Daly. I haven't heard Andy's name in a while. He's fantastic. Brent Weinbach, Eddie Pepitone, Alice Wetterland, Ed Gamble, Jenna Friedman, and others. Alternative comedy, Chaos, featuring Natasha Leggero, Chelsea Peretti, and Sabrina Jayles. Other highlights include Smoke Show with Jodie Sweetin, Kristen Schall's The Legend of Crystal Shell. I see what you did there. Scott Thompson as Buddy Cole, Asian AF, and the George Lucas Talk Show, which is a good bit. You can also check out Dana Gould's Hangin' with Dr. Z, the Planet of the Apes-themed talk show. I'm sure legally distinct at this point. I'm intrigued by Tight and Nerdy, which is described as a Weird Al burlesque. That's a lot of fun. 48 Hills was excited about it. They highlighted a couple shows. They're intrigued by the Women of SNL, Joel Kim Booster's Bad Dates, plus Joel Kim Booster and Friends. I guess they're big Joel Kim Booster fans. They're also intrigued by the 25th anniversary of Wet Hot American Summer. And they spotlighted Mark Mothersbaugh, who apparently is from Devo. The performance centers around Mark's huge body of work making music in film and television. And Alex Bennett, not only friend of the show, friend in real life. Previous guest on this very podcast, Alex Bennett, who's now 85. He'll be at Cobb's on January 31st. All right, Alex Bennett, you go. People caught up with John Mullaney. John Mullaney's out there hawking his non-alcoholic beer Years. Mullaney, wearing dark sunglasses, interesting, must have been sunny out, said, "Authenticity, it takes years. Years beer, fake beer for recovering alcoholics and regular people. I drink a lot of these, and you don't get messed up from it." Mullaney told people it's very personal. The look of the can, the sweatshirts, the ads, it's all designed by a tight-knit group who really believe in this. Boy, John Mullaney, if Jim Gaffigan said that sentence, I'd probably do 10 minutes on him. We're once again told the talking point that for John, it's less about swapping out alcohol and more about savoring familiar moments, from backyard hangs to Wrigley Field summer nights, with something that feels authentic. Now, I'm just going to point out, something that feels authentic isn't. It just feels authentic. So support John Mullaney's non-alcoholic beer with something that feels authentic, but isn't. Mullaney said, "As someone who used to drink non-alcoholic beer isn't a substitute, what's awesome about Years is this familiar Midwestern vibe, be it in a fishing boat with your grandpa or in someone's backyard. It almost hits like nostalgia." Mullaney told people, "This is all happening like a 25-minute walk from the house I grew up in. So this is a Chicago company coming out of a great brewing company here. And yeah, it feels like the kind of beer I enjoyed as a teenager, now able to enjoy it as a sober adult." People was totally on board with the shilling here. They tell us whether it's a Pilsner, Pale Ale, or the new Belgian wit beer, Mullaney calls Years beer energy without the beer, the perfect fit for gatherings from Friendsgiving to the driveway hang. You know, if they did have non-alcoholic beer at trivia night, I would have some. Last week, by the way, we won trivia. I was as stunned as anybody. We were doing well, and the trivia guys, they announced the winners. They go third, second, first, and they said they had to use the tiebreaker, and I was like, we probably finished fourth. Because we knew we got the tiebreaker wrong. And I'm like, we probably just missed. Oh, well. And then they flashed third, then they flashed second, leaving only one team, which was us, and I was like, we won? We somehow won by 4 points. I was shocked. My team was shocked. I think the trivia guys were shocked. They were happy for us because we go every week and never win. As much as I'll humble brag about my football pool skills, trivia, we always finish like 10th. I mean, am I going to say that the guys in the back corner, table 1, we're in table 2? Am I going to say the people that sit in table 1 have their phones out? I'm not going to say that, trivia guys. I'm not. Team that won 2 weeks in a row recently, I'm not going to say they had their phones out. Why would somebody cheat at trivia? That would be insane. That would be like Jim Gaffigan not calling back someone who helped his career. Why would anyone behave like that? So I'm not going to accuse anyone of having their phones out. Anyway, if they had a non-alcoholic beer at the brewery, which would kind of defeat the purpose of having a brewery, I would have one. So I feel you, John Mullaney, who said it's not fancy. It's a grown-up drink for people who just want to enjoy themselves and still remember it the next day. Amen. I feel you on that. So I had one beer last week, and we won trivia. Speaking of Jim Gaffigan, he was catching up with the Today Show and said, raising children is one of the most important things that I will fail at. And then, of course, because he's Jim Gaffigan, and nothing Jim Gaffigan does is just straight up. Go on his social media. He only posts when he's trying to sell you something. So, of course, Jim Gaffigan said, each batch of Father Time bourbon is a tribute to the pains associated with each child. You're trying too hard, Jim. Like, that's as much as I'll bust your chops, that's too much to slip that in on the Today Show. It's actually lame. Jim said, I have 5 children that I've been able to raise because of stand-up, and from what I've observed, they're not going to make any money. And it makes me realize, I don't know if there are any other parents out there, that my final task as parenting is to leave them with nothing. Maybe it's a romantic notion, but I want them to pay for my casket. Kevin Hart, never afraid to work. He has teamed up with Kenan Thompson for a new sports talk show on Prime Video. It's called Good Sports with Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson. 12 episodes premiering Tuesday, November 25th. Now, I told you last week on the Comedy Stock Market by Kenan Thompson, I didn't know this was coming. That was just like good vibes and being like, you know what? Kenan is an MVP. Did you buy stock in Kenan Thompson? Because now your stock is up. See? Comedy Stock Market's where it's at. Each week, Good Sports promises to bring together sports superfans and comedy superstars such as Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson, who will put a new spin on sports commentary. Somebody was forced to write a press release and wasn't that good at it, just handing in basic copy saying, the duo will bring their signature unfiltered opinions and electrifying energy to the series, including their hilarious takes on everything from the NFL and NBA to neighborhood pickup games and Little League drama. Kevin Hart said Kenan and I are bringing our own playbook for Good Sports, and that's a guaranteed win. The show gives us a chance to celebrate sports culture in a way that's fresh, unfiltered, and full of laughs. With our partners at Prime Video, we're bringing the energy and a whole lot of love for the game. Kenan said doing the Olympics with Kevin was wild, but this is next level. Good Sports is just us being ourselves, cracking jokes, and probably pulling muscles we didn't know we had. It's going to be a good time.
Gossip Corner, whispers in the street. Gossip Corner, probably about Pete. Gossip Corner, where the rumors meet. With Johnny Mac, it's always a treat. Gossip Corner, whispers in the street. Gossip Corner, probably about Pete. Gossip Corner, where the rumors meet. With Johnny Mac, it's always a treat.
That is one heck of a catchy song, made by AI, by the way. That is just amazing. All right, on Gossip Corner, we're not talking about Pete today. We're talking about Amy Schumer. I hope everything is okay here. People magazine reporting Amy Schumer and husband Chris Fisher are working through normal issues in their marriage, according to a source. The source told People they're privately working through normal issues that couples in long-term marriages have. They're both committed to the relationship. Amy and husband Chris got married in 2018. Schumer appeared to respond to speculation about her marriage in an Instagram story on November 6th. She had shared a picture of New York City and praised Hulu's new series All's Fair and captioned it, "And Chris and I are still married." Now, after that, Amy deleted all her Instagram posts, so maybe that's a clue as to why Amy deleted all the posts. Who knows? Again, I know there's a lilt in my voice. I hope everything's okay. I'm a knucklehead, I'm rascally, but I'm not an a-hole. I don't want anyone's marriage to break up. If Amy starts selling a bourbon or a non-alcoholic beer, I will make fun of her, but not for this. I hope your marriage is okay. YouTube had a big "Hey, look at us" performance there. They announced a late-night show. We'll talk about that in a second. Trevor Noah was at this thing. Trevor sung the praises of YouTube, touting its global reach, said it was massive. Even when I joined The Daily Show, for instance, I put The Daily Show on YouTube, which a lot of people were confused by. They were like, but you're on a channel. And it was like, yes, but that's not where the eyeballs are. It was to my detriment because people were like, I love your show on YouTube. And I was like, that doesn't help the ratings, but it helped the show, funny enough. And I think that's something I've always loved over time. I cannot see any other possibility than a creator-run economy and a creator-run world where the audience, the brands, and the creators themselves operate in beautiful verticals that aren't like they once were. It's not a slam against anyone else. It's just that things evolve over time, you know? At some point, we all used to listen to music that was just on the radio. Now you can stream your song, your album, your music, and I think music has been better for it in many ways. It means you get to enjoy what you enjoy and then discover things in and around it, and I'm really excited for all that. He talked about YouTube's advantages, saying the person can meet the content when they need to meet the content can meet them when they need to, whereas someone, and we've just seen this in legacy media, great TV shows have died just because they were put in the wrong time slot. Coincidentally, Trevor Noah announced a new special, which will be on the Trevor Noah official YouTube channel. It'll be out in December. This special, called Trevor Noah, The Lost SA Special, filmed in South Africa, will debut December 2025. The never-before-released 90-minute stand-up comedy special captures Trevor Noah performing entirely local material on the biggest stage of his career back home. As for that late-night talk show YouTube announced, it's called Outside Tonight, hosted by Julian Shapiro Barnum, a new live weekly late-night talk show. I'm told Julian Shapiro Barnum is known for his popular online shows Reese's Therapy and Celebrity Substitute. This is a different kind of late-night show, built for the digital age, set in public parks and on street corners. The live shows will be packed with star-studded interviews, audience-driven games, live music, and non-stop comedy. Okay, this will premiere in the spring. Outside Tonight will plant its flag in parks, plazas, and street corners, leading into the spontaneity that defines Shapiro Barnum's online presence. And you're out in a park. Can't that, really be disrupted? I could drive by with a megaphone and just start yelling Daily Comedy News or whatever political cause I'm into or not. Have you guys thought this one through? This is the same note I'll give the Mullaney people. There's a reason these shows are done this way. I'm all for breaking the mold. I'm all for stretching the boundaries. But if you're in a park in New York City, maybe you'll find it exciting that 10,000 protesters walk by, but maybe some knucklehead kids will throw eggs at you. I don't know. What do I know? Podcaster of the Basement. Congrats to Joel Kim Booster, mentioned earlier in this podcast. He is getting married. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers will serve as the groomsmen. Matt Rogers said, I'll tell you what we're not excited about is that we're supposed to give a joint toast. That's your comedy news for today. See you tomorrow.